Hello, everyone. Jamin here with Marco, and we're just doing a quick recording to give everyone a welcome and an update for Block Party number 186 starting tomorrow, Friday, July 19th, 2024. Now, normally Marco is here and opens up the Block Party and holds space and all that, but Marco is going to be traveling for the next few days, and so he won't reliably be on. He may be on, he may not, so we're calling it potluck for the early hours of the block party. And I will be on in earnest starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So prior to that, it's a potluck. Maybe people will be here, maybe not. Now, aside from that, I want to talk about some topics that we're going to be discussing on the block party. The main topic and uh, issue that we're focused on these days, which we meet every Tuesday on. So you've probably been getting my email blasts either on Monday night or Tuesday morning about the People's Forum for Cooling the Planet, where we meet every Tuesday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and we go for several hours. Those meetings have been going great. Please join them anytime you can on Tuesdays. You don't have to be there promptly at 11, just join whenever you can. And we're also going to be talking about the same topic space on our block party tomorrow, which is about the exponential overheating of our planet and what we're doing with the People's Forum for Cooling the Planet to cool the planet. And so I'm just going to do a little plug right here, but I won't go too long on it because I'll include in the emailing other links where I do go into more detail. But the bottom line is there is no sector of the economy or segment of society which is doing anything meaningful to cool the planet. Full stop. What are the usual suspects of sectors of the economy? Government sector, private sector, academia, the nonprofit sector, the religious sector, and then there are some, basically parts of the private sector that are sectors in their own right, like the financial sector, insurance, etc. None of these are doing anything meaningful. Some of them are talking a good talk. Some of them are alleging to be doing something significant for cooling the planet. But the bottom line is no one's doing anything significant or remotely significant for cooling the planet. That's the bottom line. So it occurred to us that wait a second, there is one segment of society that has not been properly tapped for cooling the planet. And that segment of society is the universal set of all people, the people. Huh? What do you mean the people? Yeah, the people. The people coming together as people and saying, hey, let's see what we can do. That was the birth of a People's Forum for Cooling the Planet. And I've got several links. There's some really good Google Docs where we go into details on this, so please check it out. What business do the people have cooling the planet? Well, who do we expect to cool the planet? Anteaters? Tapeworms? How about our species? Oh, but isn't that the government's job? Well, one could make a case that it should be, but the bottom line is they're not doing anything but participating in the delusion that it's nowhere, that A, it's nowhere near the magnitude of the problem that it is, and B, the delusion that we can solve it with, going green, right? Green energy, etc. So anyway, that's the bottom line. There is no segment or sector that's doing anything meaningful about it. So we're going after the segment of humanity, which consists of all humanity, or the universal set, right, of humans. Why not? Any comments on that, Marco?
No, I always say no, and then I talk anyway, right?
Then you talk for half an hour. All right, this thus begins Marco's next half hour rant. Go ahead, Marco, rant away.
No, I'll make it short. No, it's we've given away our power for too long to people that we were supposed to trust with maintaining the infrastructure of society, basically. And they are doing nothing but filling their own pockets and fueling their own agendas that have nothing to do with the people, but just a handful of elites, and that has to stop. So we're taking back the power, and we're going to do it ourselves. All the things that need to be corrected that we've been doing wrong as government for sure, but society needs a better answer than the governments we have right now. They're doing a poor job. And so show up here and Fridays and Tuesdays, especially for the
People's Forum for
PF,
the Planet,
yeah,
PFCP.
PFCP. And, you know, bring your questions, bring your answers. We want to hear it all because together we can find the solutions. It's that simple.
Exactly, exactly. And we're working towards solutions and meta solutions on multiple different levels. Let me just give a couple of examples. So we're going to be starting a paper club, which is analogous to a book club, but we're going to be delving into the various technical papers, scientific journal articles, peer-reviewed scientific journal articles, et cetera. The kinds of papers that Paul Beckwith, does his programs on reviewing. We're going to delve into the details and actually achieve mastery of the various different terms and variables and constants and physical processes, et cetera, that are leveraged in those papers. And for the simple reason that it's time for some body to develop some mastery outside of academia, because academia, they've got all this knowledge at different levels of concentration and different levels of reliability at different, among different academics and academic groups. But we're going to bring that expertise into the People's Forum and make it very, very clear and easy to understand what's really going on, because everything can be broken down into simple terms. The academic papers are not written in simple terms. They're written in very complex and in a way sort of hidden or obscured terms, which I'm not a fan of, never been a fan of that. But anyway, so that's what the paper club is, so that we can achieve mastery of what's been covered in the scientific and technical journals related to global warming and its solutions. So the paper clubs, we're going to be delving into that. That was Aaron's concept of a paper club, and we'll be talking about that. On a whole different dimension is, let's suppose that we, achieve this mastery and we've got this knowledge. How do we bring that to the awareness of the greater population? And so we're looking at working with different segments and, frankly, activating different segments of society to get involved in this work within the People's Forum and outside the People's Forum. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling a bit, but the bottom line is, if we don't do it, who will? And I'd love to hear any answers that anyone has. If you've got an idea as to, a different approach other than the people coming together as a collective human intelligence to develop this mastery of the knowledge, the data, the analysis, the modeling, and mastery of the solutions, and then mastery of how do we activate the different segments and sectors of society to do their respective parts? How do we orchestrate humanity to do something about this based on this solid knowledge? Anyway, hopefully I haven't confused you too much or bored you. But anyway, any final words, Marco, before we wrap it up?
No, I think it's just pretty simple. This is an open forum looking for not only not pretending to have the solutions, having some of them, having ideas for them, but willing to hear more and make this work for everybody. It, you just have to do it. It's like we're not asking anybody to spend their lifetime or quit their job, but who knows? You might just by sitting here for a half hour or an hour on any given meeting, you might hear something that you know something about the coincidences, no, the synchronicities that happen when people get together. That's the magic. When people get together and we talk and we have these conversations, um, that's the beginning of things getting done.
Beautiful.
So we welcome everybody and anybody to come.
Yeah, and please come check it out. At least check it out. See what it's like. Dip your toe in. If you don't like it, you can leave. No problem. No one will be offended. Um, you're captain of your own ship, but at least check it out and please encourage anyone and everyone you know who cares about life on Earth and preventing the extinction of all of life on Earth to also check it out. Because again, if we don't do it, who will? And if you have a good answer to that, we're all ears. If you have a great answer and it's not us, hey, maybe we'll shut down the PFCP and support what you propose. Seriously. But we're doing everything we can to cool the planet as the first and most important, most urgent step to saving and healing life on Earth. But the first step is saving. We've got to save life on Earth. We've got to stop the killing, stop the death, stop the mass extinction of all life on Earth, which we're on the path to, unfortunately. And but fortunately, we can stop it, I believe, if we leverage our collective human intelligence. All
Perfect.
right. With that, we'll see you on the block party. Thanks everyone for listening, and see you on the block party and then the PFCP. Thanks everyone.